So I have certification in nutrition, so advanced
From where?
certification from the Australian Institute of Fitness.
Okay.
A lot of people who saw that clip just picked up on the tension in what Freelee was saying, and they started to suspect that she was lying. I got in touch with the institution she alluded to. I didn't ask about Freelee or her specific record. I just presented myself as a possible student and asked for the details of the program. And yeah, as you get into the details, it becomes evident pretty quickly that she could not possibly have been a student, let alone a graduate there. The Sydney Morning Herald did the same thing I did, old-fashioned fact-checking. Earlier this year, she told the Today program she had received a certificate in nutrition from the Australian Institute of Fitness, period, a claim the organization refutes, period. I can confirm that she has definitely not studied with the Institute. Now, the other thing that sort of makes this disturbing, if you just glance back at the clip I already played for you, it's not just Freelee lying once. It's Freelee lying twice, because in the bottom right corner of the screen, that's her watching and commenting on her earlier performance on the TV program. So if she made a mistake, or if she wanted to address her own lie or misrepresentation, she had the opportunity right there. Years and years later, Jezebel, the same researcher who talked to me from Jezebel, the same journalist, you can hear the interview I gave to Jezebel on this channel. The audio recordings of that were uploaded here as YouTube videos. Terrible journalist, terrible interview, but I managed to say a few interesting things in that interview, despite the fact that the journalist herself was as dumb as a barrel full of thumbtacks rolling down a staircase. Anyway, though she proudly claims years of experience coaching thousands of girls as her true education, Freelee does claim some minor fitness and nutrition credentials and aggressively defends them. Oh, that's interesting. She doesn't do that on YouTube. I guess she just aggressively defends them when this journalist is talking to her. According to Freelee, quote, some trolls on the internet, close quote, have tried to discredit her nutritional background, referring to an article in the Sydney Morning Herald that fact-checked her claim of having attended the Australian Institute of Fitness. I don't know why the word article is underlined. Oh, I guess it's a link. You can click on that and get the article. Okay, that makes sense. All right. This was a simple error, she said, due to the volume of institutes with similar names in Australia. I was at Fitness Institute of Australia, so maybe I said Australian Institute of Fitness or something, but it's very easy to confuse them. Freelee does appear to have attained fitness certificates from various Fit Nation courses. I don't even know what this acronym is supposed to be. Some kind of course. Although she says she couldn't find her nutrition training certificate. Let's be very clear, having credentials in nutrition as a nutritionist is something completely different from being certified to be a personal trainer at a gym, doing exercise training or coaching, having a coaching certificate. The science of nutrition, involves things like good old-fashioned organic chemistry, an exam none of us would enjoy studying for, least of all Freelee. Anyway, we continue here. I didn't hear back from the institute where she says she studied dietetics 16 years ago, but she warned me in an otherwise friendly and obliging email back and forth, quote, I was definitely enrolled, so please do not portray like I lied about this or the course, as with enough digging around it would be found, and that will look bad on your behalf if I am forced to make a video. Right. Okay, so 16 years ago, she may be enrolled in a course that she dropped out of and didn't complete, and maybe she has certification as a trainer, and maybe she didn't lie, she just didn't remember the name of the institute, and maybe she still doesn't remember the name of the institute, and maybe she just can't find her certificate. Yeah, okay, I'm convinced. How about you guys? How about you?
So I have conventional certification in nutrition, but I don't use that training at all anymore because it's so heavily funded by the meat and dairy industry that the information is just incorrect.
What certification do you have, Freelee?
So I have certification in nutrition, so advanced
From where?
certification From the Australian Institute of Fitness.
Okay.
So the thing is, though, I don't use this at all because it is so heavily funded by the meat and dairy industry.
Dun, 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 dun.